Alright guys, time to break some ribs. Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I'll finally be covering Iron Fist, weeks after I said I would. Let me tell you guys, it would have been out sooner if I just didn't suck with it. Now, you may be asking, what's so bad with Iron? Well, there's a few pretty big reasons why Iron is not very strong anymore. Compared to its old version, I'd even say that this style has been gutted the worst out of all the major nerf styles have received. Now, enough yapping, time to finally check it out. First up, the M1s. Iron Fist has a special property with its M1s, where they deal a bit more anti-heal damage than normal M1s. So while in every other aspect Iron's M1s are comparable to basic, you do get a bit more damage off per encounter than other styles with similar M1s. This makes Iron Fist have the lowest amount of anti-heal out of the quartet of anti-heal bonus styles, which include it, Bullet, Slugger, and Hawk. Anyway, Iron has pretty solid M1s. However, where Iron really shines is in its M2s. Iron Fist has one of, if not the, strongest M2 in the game. This M2 is slower than average and has a very long wind-up, but the damage it gets off per hit is actually insane. However, this does have a major downside, which is another reason why Iron is pretty bad. That being, Iron Fist's M2 deals self-damage to the user whenever it's used. So, if you land it, or hit block with it, or counter with it, or PD then hit it, it will always deal a pretty large chunk of damage to you. Meaning, when on low health, it could actually hurt you more to land them than just spamming your M1s, which is a major downside to this style. Besides that, I'd compare their use to something like Smash, so be careful when using them in neutral since they're slow enough to counter and dodge with ease. They excel at dealing damage fast, though, so try to land as many as you can on high HP, or above 50%. Moving on to its defenses, I have to say Iron Fist probably is the worst styled defensively in the game right now. Sure, you do have a pretty good bonus, where counters do much less damage to you, making you great at tanking those hits, but everything else is very lackluster. First of all, Iron's dashes have turtle dash cooldowns, meaning that they are terrible overall. Even though they cover pretty average distance, the fact that you can't double dash means you can't dodge feints well and you can't backstep after mistiming a dash. And unlike others with no back dash, Iron doesn't have the luxury of having good other dashes, as all of his are, again, pretty mediocre. On top of this, Iron also has a below average block, meaning you can't keep it up as long as some other styles with similar builds, like Hippo. Now, let's talk about its ultimate. Iron's ultimate is unique, dealing the most damage in the whole game at around 75%. However, it also deals around like 40% self-damage when used, which again, is a pretty major downside. Thus, you should save this for only two cases. One, where you're already losing but the opponent is low enough to knock them down, allowing you to gain a quick lead, or two, when you're already winning so just want to make taking a stock easier. Anyway, here it is. And that's Iron Fist. Overall, it's pretty bad in my opinion. Having very bad defenses, plus taking damage for using your best tools, is just not a good design. I often struggle to use it since feinting pretty much kills its kid in seconds, and since its defenses are bad, I'd often end up getting block broken or perfect dodge to death. But, like Kamogawa, hard work is the greatest shortcut. So, here's a match for you guys.
Unc, no way you lost a full stock to shotgun? Are you washed? Who's going to win now?
If that shotgun user were to dodge my slow M2s, his barrage might give me a little trouble.
But would you lose?
Nah, I'd break his ribs.